I think the lecture was fascinating. I can't wait to get a copy of the report and read it in detail. I think there were a lot of insightful points, and I think the government's got a lot to consider going forward.
I thought it was quite a refreshing lecture this evening. It's nice to hear someone who has a foot in both camps, both working with a university and in business, and at the top of his game in business, being able to give his honest thoughts and opinions on how the two can work together. It was good to hear the problems that he sees in the UK and his thoughts on how to solve them.
I thought the lecture was absolutely fantastic. The British Council for a long time has been working with universities, with the rest of Her Majesty's government, to try and bring the expertise of universities, the innovation of universities and business together. And we all know that that's quite a difficult thing to do, and the direction that was provided by the speaker was absolutely stimulating and convincing.
I thought it was actually a genuine and inspiring lecture. It covered every single base you could possibly think of, and it did it in a way which was succinct and absolutely what we want to hear.
I thought it was a fantastic lecture. The speaker was very articulate in his ideas, and I think it was very interesting as from my perspective that I'm still going through university and in partnership with BAE Systems. It was very interesting to see it kind of like a macro level, so from what he's doing and the government are actually doing from the other side of it, getting a perspective of that was really interesting.
I found the lecture very interesting because it's really interesting to see from Professor Andrew Whitty about his own ideas. So because he did the research piece, so it's really interesting to get the viewpoints from him.
I found the lecture really interesting. It was my first NCUB lecture that I've attended, and I thought what Andrew Whitty had to say was fascinating following his report.
I thought it was a fantastic lecture which really brought together business and higher education and the wider sector.
It was a very good balance, and it was nice to see so many industry and business colleagues here tonight, as well as universities.
I thought it was absolutely brilliant. I thought he was incisive. I thought Whitty was, his narrative was terrific. I thought the underlying intellectual beats were sensational. I thought he pulled together his whole story incredibly well. And there's a manifesto for change buried in that speech tonight, which was astonishingly articulate, and something that we as a whole collective university business collaboration industry should really take on board.